Something big is happening in Europe. Countries that once welcomed millions of migrants are changing quickly. In 2025, borders are tightening, deportations are rising, and immigration policies are stricter than ever. Why is this happening? Is it for safety, economic reasons, or political pressure? Which countries are leading this massive change? In this video, we'll explore 7 European countries that are sending immigrants back in record numbers. Some of these policies may shock you. Are they necessary or are they unfair? We'll look at the numbers, the reasons, and the real impact of these changes. Europe, once open to migrants, students, and skilled workers, Denmark used to be seen as one of Europe's most welcoming countries. Immigrants could come to study, work, or build a new life. But 2025 brought major changes. The government introduced some of the strictest immigration rules in decades. Asylum applications dropped by nearly 50%. Work permits became extremely hard to get. Employers must prove that no Danish citizen can fill a position before hiring a foreign worker. This slowed thousands of applications and left many jobs unfilled. Officials say these measures are necessary to protect welfare systems. Public housing is full, healthcare waiting lists are growing, and nearly 1 in 5 Danes worry about rising welfare costs. Critics argue that Denmark is not just targeting undocumented migrants. Skilled workers, students, and families are affected too. Family reunification is now very limited, and language and cultural tests make it harder for students to gain permanent residency. Supporters claim these steps protect jobs and communities. Opponents warn that Denmark risks isolating itself and damaging its progressive image. Denmark has long been admired worldwide for equality and high living standards. Now, it is closing its doors harder than ever. If Denmark is acting this strictly, what does it signal for the rest of Europe? Number 6, Finland. Finland is famous for excellent education, clean cities, and a high quality of life. But in 2025, things are changing. Asylum applications have fallen sharply. Work visas are almost impossible to obtain. Approvals for skilled applicants are moving very slowly. Unemployment is over 8%, and housing shortages leave thousands struggling to find a home. Officials argue that more immigrants would make these problems worse. Security is another concern. Rising tensions in Eastern Europe have led Finland to increase deportations and strengthen border control. Students now face strict language requirements and must show financial stability to gain residency. Many young people hoping to study or start careers in Finland are being blocked. Supporters see these measures as protecting social stability. Critics warn that closing doors could damage Finland's open, progressive image and prevent the country from attracting skilled talent. If Finland feels the need to tighten borders, it shows the bigger trend in Europe. Even humanitarian countries are reconsidering immigration policies. Number 5, Germany. Germany, the economic powerhouse of Europe, is, well, slowing down immigration. Asylum approvals have dropped. Visa rules are stricter. Deportations are rising. Unemployment is 7.5%, and cities like Berlin and Munich are facing severe housing shortages. Integration is also harder, with stricter language and cultural tests. Even highly skilled workers face longer waits and tougher requirements. EU citizens are, increasingly prioritized, reflecting a sort of Europe-first approach. Supporters say Germany just cannot act as a global safety net during an economic slowdown. On the other hand, critics warn that these measures could drive away talent, shrink the workforce, and weaken Germany's global influence. Germany's actions, honestly, show the difficult balance between protecting citizens and maintaining openness. Even countries with strong immigration histories are now re-evaluating just how many people they can welcome. Number 4. The Netherlands. The Netherlands, once known for its liberal migration policies, is also, well, changing direction. Asylum permits have been drastically reduced, and work visa approvals have, really slowed down. Housing is in crisis, with over 300,000 families on waiting lists. Hospitals face record backlogs. Employers must show no Dutch worker can fill a position, which is a heavy requirement for tech, agriculture, and hospitality. International students face higher financial requirements and limited non-EU admissions. The government says these rules protect citizens. Critics warn that they could hurt innovation, slow economic growth, and damage the Netherlands' reputation as an education hub. The Netherlands closing its doors is a sign of a larger shift across Europe. Countries are prioritizing citizens over newcomers more than ever before. Number 3. France. France, which has long stood as a symbol of refuge and human rights, is now, well, tightening its immigration policies. Asylum approvals have been slashed, work permits are honestly harder to get, and visa conditions are stricter. Unemployment is near 9%, and rising living costs are putting families under pressure. Security concerns also play a role, with unrest in some cities being tied to migration. Even skilled workers and students, are now facing higher financial requirements and longer visa renewals. Supporters argue this ensures only those who can integrate are allowed in. On the other hand, critics warn that France risks losing its global image and, well, weakening innovation. The balance between security, economy, and humanitarian goals is really delicate, and France's policies reflect just how difficult it has become to maintain all three. Number 2. Sweden. Sweden, once Europe's example of open-door migration, has changed dramatically. Asylum approvals are down more than 70%. Migration rules are now among the strictest in Europe. Public dissatisfaction is high, with concerns over crime and challenges in integrating migrants. Deportations are more aggressive, background checks are stricter, work permits are harder to obtain, non-EU workers in healthcare, construction, and technology are feeling the impact. Human rights groups warn that Sweden is abandoning its humanitarian legacy. The government says strong borders are essential for safety and stability. Critics warn that Sweden risks betraying the values it once championed, leaving a gap between protection and fairness. Number 1, we've got the United Kingdom. At the top of the list is, well, the United Kingdom. In 2025, the UK has taken the toughest stance on immigration in Western Europe. Work visas are, really limited. Asylum routes have narrowed, and family reunification now faces new hurdles. Unemployment is close to 6%, and cities like London are, honestly, struggling with housing shortages. Security remains a key focus, with strict screening, deportations, and penalties for overstayers. Salary thresholds make visas inaccessible for thousands, including nurses and skilled tradespeople. Industries relying on migrant labor are facing staffing crises. Supporters say the UK is prioritizing its citizens. Critics warn this approach risks isolation, long-term economic decline, and damage to its global reputation. Europe is changing fast. 7 countries, 7 new walls. What was once an open continent is now drawing harder lines for migrants, students, and skilled workers alike. The easy paths are closing. These measures may bring stability, but they also risk creating deeper divides. As nations focus on security, welfare, and the economy, the human impact cannot be ignored. The future of migration in Europe will be shaped by these policies, and the world is watching closely. If you like the video, don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and share. Click the bell icon button to get the next video. Thank you for staying with us. See you in the next video.